Again, good evening. Welcome to the launch of the Young Advocates Medical Cover and Indemnity Cover through our partnership Mega Health. And our service providers are going to be AAR and Britam. They're going to present what we have we negotiated and managed to get for our young advocates. Before we kick off with the program, I will want to call the council members to come and introduce themselves. But before then, I will want to ask Micheka to pray for us. Micheka, come use the microphone for people for live stream. All the time.
Let's pray. We thank you, Lord, for this day. We thank you for this event. As we kick off, we pray for wisdom and we pray for success. In Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
Thank you very much, Micheka. Indeed, he went to Alliance, eh? We can try and clap for him. How many thought Micheka will pray? Well, I'm going to call upon the council members before our chair makes the opening remarks to come and introduce themselves, say something to their members, because together as a council, we made this happen as a team. Thank you. I'll start with Gloria.
Good evening, members. First, I'd like to thank you all for making time to come here and grace this launch. We are really privileged even for waiting for us. We thank you for your patience. Also, we are really grateful to have this partnership with Mega Health, now in partnership with AAR and Britam, to bring this opportunity to young lawyers who will not have found this opportunity. And really thanking Tess that you spearheaded this and ran with it, and we are really grateful. I hope all of you will get a chance to look at it and see the offers that they have. And one of the good things I think you will be told later, I do not want to maybe go into details because we'll be told, is the opportunity where you can pay in installments where most of us maybe cannot pay one time. But I think it's a really great opportunity for the young advocates and also not so young advocates. And I would urge you all to embrace it. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Gloria. We work together. She spearheads welfare in our council. We want to welcome Josephine. She needs no introduction, as you all know her for all matters technology and the law.
Good evening, everyone. Yeah, so we are grateful to you for just coming to join us and to witness the launch of the beautiful insurance packages we have for you. So what I'd like to urge us as young advocates is that let's share this information with the rest of our friends and our peers out there so that they can also get to enjoy. I also urge us, let's also take advantage, because I know as new advocates in the industry, we've had challenges here and there in terms of the job opportunities. Most of us have even gone the extra mile of opening our law firms. So we have beautiful packages in terms of insurance that are necessary, like your professional indemnities. So let's take advantage, take the insurance covers up, and share with our peers. Thank you.
By the way, don't be mistaken, Micheka went to Alliance, eh? Micheka, we are just trying to tell you to behave like an Alliance alumni. But we like your spirit. Power to the people. Thank you. Well, before I introduce our executive, that is Elizabeth, and our chair, Helen, Ribin was amidst us, but he had to leave because of an emergency, so he sends his regard. I also want to pass the regards for our three other council members. That is Victor Mulindi, Stephen, as you all know him, Joy Katunge, and Damari Etemesi. They wish they would be here, but due to unavoidable circumstances, they could not be here. Thank you. Elizabeth?
Good evening, members. How are you? So I'm really excited about the cover that we are going to launch today for the reason that it's good to manage risk. It's really good to manage risk, and bringing it to the level that Tess has managed to negotiate to, I believe it's really going to help us in our society. And I'm really, really excited about this opportunity. I want to thank you, our members who have shown up here physically, and even those who have logged in online. And congratulations, Tess. Thank you very much, AR and Britam. And I look forward to actually members coming back and telling us that indeed you did a very good thing for us. Otherwise, I wish us all a lovely evening, even as we launch this product. Asanteni sana.
That is our ever graceful and smiling Vice Chair. At this moment, at this juncture, we want to welcome our Chair. She needs no introduction. To most of us, she was also our lecturer at Kenya School of Law. All of us, let us do something unique for our Chair. Without the Chair, we don't have a branch, right? No matter what, we all have to respect what is the head and at the helm. So let's put our hands together and welcome our Chair so that she can make our official opening remarks. Ile amoya, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Mbili. Tatu. Asante.
Good evening, everyone. Thank you very much, Tess. Just in case there's someone in the room who doesn't know, my name is Helen Namisi. First of all, I want to say thank you very much for coming out this evening for the launch of this wonderful product that we have. One thing that we actually do not pay too much attention to, especially when you're just starting off, setting up your business, your law firm, is medical expense. Until you have to go to hospital. I was having a chat with some members who are here, and I asked, do you by any chance have any children? You know, when you have kids is when you realize you need a cover, because you'll be in hospital almost every day. And paying from your pocket is extremely expensive. And when you consider how much you pay in a year, just for outpatient, you realize that the cover you're being offered today is actually very cheap and reasonable. So with that in mind, and considering our economic hard times right now, we felt it was important to have a product that suits the young lawyers and those who are young at heart, because now we are going all the way to 15. So anybody within that 0 to 15 years is free to take up this cover. There was somebody who actually mentioned, Beatrice, I'm saying this loudly, a cover for the older members. So we are hoping that there will be something soon for the rest of us. But for those who are young and young at heart, as many of you in this room are, I think in fact all of you, I hope that you will be able to take up this cover, as well as those who are joining us online. Ensure that you've signed up for something, because you just never know. We can never predict illness. It comes anytime. And it could be even as simple as, you know, we are supposed to take the annual medical checkups. We are required to. I know a lot of the time we think we are young and healthy, and so we are not going to go for that checkup until it's absolutely necessary. But I'm encouraging us now to take up the cover, use it, go for those checkups. Know that you're in tip-top condition. Don't forget, it's a requirement to take out the professional indemnity for all of us who have firms. And so this is an opportunity for us to be able to deal with that expense that comes at the wrongest time of the year. In January, you have to pay your PI. And usually that's when you have to pay so many other things, including school fees. So now that we have this wonderful offer put together by Tess and Mega Health, please take advantage of it. And I want to now take this opportunity to say a very big thank you to Teresia Wavinya, who has not introduced herself, by the way, who actually put in a lot of work. I know it was quite a number of sleepless nights, including last night, trying to make sure that this event happens, that we have this wonderful launch. And not forgetting Beatrice of Mega Health, who has stood with the branch for very many years. And so thank you very much for this partnership. And we are so happy to have AAR and Britam on board. And maybe you will thank them on our behalf. We say asante sana to AAR, asante sana to Britam for coming through for us and for the young lawyers and young at heart. And that we'll be able to give our members something that is suits their pockets, especially right now. With that, I say thank you. Karibuni, looking forward to the launch, and please do enjoy your weekend.
Thank you very much. Sorry, I had forgotten to introduce myself. Teresia Wavinya Nicholas, I am one of your council members. I serve together with the lovely people who have come before me to introduce themselves. And we have officially started this launch because our chair has spoken. So this is how it's going to be. We are going to give you a brief of what the products that we have for all our members. And as you've heard, it is going from 1 month practice, 1 month practice. I mean, we say 1 day old practice. Because we can't say 0. Huh? 1 day old. From the moment of signing the role, right? Yeah, the moment you sign the role and you're a fully fledged advocate, you can come to our offices through Mega Health. You'll be able to sign up a cover up to the years of 15 years. We will also consider the other age, as Madam Chair is crying. We will bring you on board as well, but you'll forgive us. The interest first was for young lawyers because our pockets are not that full. So we had to find first something that will take care of us, and then we come and take care of our parents. You'll forgive us for being selfish there. So as we launch this, I want to say one thing. When I was in high school, we had a teacher. She was called Mrs. Mbuvi, and she was always insisting we wear sweaters and pullovers. But you know, girls in their teenagehood, we don't like wearing sweaters. We always want to look as if we are there, you know, teenagehood. And she will tell us, girls, if you don't take care of your health, one day you'll cry. And she kept on reminding, in a man's life, man in this context meaning both male and female, you have 4 M's for you to survive and for you to exist in this life very well. Number 1, it is money. Number 2, management. Number 3, medicine. Number 4, man. But now the order starts from man. Without man, you cannot have money. Without good health, that is medicine, you cannot even manage your time well. You cannot focus on anything, be it work, be it briefs, be it clients, be it families, be it yourself personally. So after man needs health. That is medicine. After medicine, man needs to manage him or herself so that whatever they plan to do, they execute it, it will flourish. And then above all, what was the last thing? Who can remember? Money. Our health is our wealth. Please take interest in the conversations that you're going to start. Without your health, you will not be able to take over from Kina Oyo, Kaplan, and Stratton. Don't we want to take over young lawyers? We also want our law firms to be in perpetuity. Oyo can tell us, how long have your law firm run? How long has Kaplan been in existence? Since 1938, young lawyers. So if we don't take care of our health, do you think our law firms, the ones that we are starting right now, since we are grateful to one George Omwanza with that petition, we can be able to open a law firm anytime, do you think we can reach to that stage? So please be keen in the conversations that you're going to have. After the conversation, you're going to have a Q&A session. Those who are online, post your questions there. We are going to take one by one, and we are going to answer all the questions to your satisfactory. Thank you very much, and welcome to the launch. So I'm going to welcome Madam Beatrice, who's going to kick off.
Good evening, girls and boys, or how do I introduce you? Young lawyers, because no, I feel like if I say ladies and gentlemen, it's not very relevant. So, but anyway, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, for today. So outside there, we can interact differently. Thank you so much for coming. Those who have come physically, we really, really appreciate you. And those of you who are watching virtually, we are so grateful that you found time to just listen to us. Now, we have been in this fraternity for a very long time, as has been stated. And this time around, I'm so happy that we are coming because of young lawyers. And we intend to be in this business for a very long time. And so we are positioning ourselves with young lawyers. She has said that you guys are going to take over from the other generation. So we believe that if we position ourselves well, you will not forget us. When you are running those big law firms, you will remember us. I hope so, that we are going to be there. So we want to thank our partners. We want to first of all thank Nairobi, this name sometimes, Law Society of Kenya, Nairobi branch, for your support. And it's been really great working with Tess. She can keep you on toes. You know, she's such a good manager, I would say that, an event manager. So she kept me on toes to ensure that we have achieved. I'm so grateful that today we are here to launch this product. I also want to thank AAR Insurance. Getting this product was not easy. I'm sure you guys have tried everywhere. Getting such a product is not easy. We have about 20 years experience in medical insurance, so we know it is not easy. So we went round and we got several quotes, and we presented, and AR emerged to be the best. And so we are grateful that they have agreed to partner with us. And Britam Insurance for the professional indemnity. So the product may look low in terms of benefits, which I also believe that the risk really, when it comes to young lawyers from our statistics, you guys don't have these big ailments. Of course, it's there, but statistically, a majority of you don't even go to hospitals, but sometimes you will need, because you don't know when you need the medical insurance. You can be very healthy. What happens when you get an accident all of a sudden? And what happens if you just get sick all of a sudden? So we also don't think that you're really going to need 10 million worth of cover. So that's why you see, like, we have given you lower limits. It doesn't mean that we can't get for you other limits, but we feel that maybe the limits are not necessary at this point. But if you need 10 million, it's okay, because it's going to be expensive, but some of you, money is not a problem anyway. So we can have that discussion at a personal level. Now, next is I am not in your age category, young lawyers, but I have you at heart. I'm young at heart, but I've come with young people. We have Salesforce that normally goes out. So you don't have to come to our offices. You don't have to look for tests. You can call us directly. And we will come to your offices. We will take you through the presentation of the product, because sometimes you need clarification. So I have come with some young people, and I would like to introduce them. That is Carol Kwai and Virginia. Kindly come over, because these mainly are going to be the faces of this product. Just come. And Peter, so that you don't say that they are only girls. I'm aware that this is the age that we are also looking for spouses, although Carol is taken. So Carol Kwai, and then we have Virginia is available, and also Peter is available. So I think you've seen their faces. Now you can go back. Yeah. So next is I am also now, I say that I'm all of that generation. So I don't want to be the one doing presentation and all that. I know that you can identify well with the people from in your age category. I'm not going to say whether they are married or not. So I think that is not important for them. So I'm going to introduce Carol Kibara. She's going to take you through briefly who we are, because sometimes it's important that you know what we do, what we stand for. So she's briefly going to take you through Mega Health, insurance brokers. Then Sami Kithinchi is going to take you through AAR medical insurance that we are launching today. And then we are having Britam. I've seen them come in. Yes. So we are having Luis, who is going to take us through the Britam product. So welcome, Carol.
Thank you. Okay, good evening. My name is Carol Kibara. I am here on behalf of Mega Health Insurance Brokers, and I'm going to introduce you briefly to who Mega Health really is. So Mega Health is a well-experienced insurance intermediary that is well-versed in the insurance industries, and it is able to meet all your insurance needs. So we are committed to delivering our highest standards of expertise to fulfill all your insurance needs. We are versed in medical insurance, which medical insurance, as you all know, is when you need medical services, you can go to hospital. We have inpatient and outpatient with AAR and other companies, and us, we have motor vehicle, we have personal risk, financial loss, property damages, and we have others also. So it is something that we will come discuss with you. Any form of insurance that you need, we are able to provide it for you. So our responsibilities is to present, promote, and sell insurance products. We establish, development, and maintain positive business. And we reach out to customers. We expedite and resolve customers' problems. We develop sustainable products for all of you, especially like this one that we're launching today. It is affordable. It is made just exactly for you. I believe there is no other person who has such a product. So yes, we tailor make it for you. And we keep abreast of best practices and promotional trends. We continuously improve our feedback. So some of the companies that we work with are NHIF, we have Jubilee, we have Resolution Insurance, we have UAP, AIG, Madison, AAR, Britam, and CIC, as well as others. Some of the corporate companies that we work with are ADRA Kenya, International Aid Services, Signode, Institute of Engineers Kenya, IEK. We have HSC, Selective Safaris, and many others. So products designed for lawyers, just lawyers, is the professional indemnity. For young lawyers, we have the Wakili medical product that all of you, I believe, have had a chance to interact and enjoy. And we look forward to making other products that are suitable for you too. So that is what Mega Health is in a nutshell. I'm going to introduce Sami Gethenju. Let Sami Gethenju to talk to you about the AAR product.
Good evening. Good evening. Just want to correct something Carol mentioned. We used to work with Resolution Health. They are no longer in operation, so we used to work with them. Now, today we have a very exciting product for young lawyers. I just want you to ask the person next to you, are you covered? Just get to know. Are they by the blood of Jesus? Wow. So today we are here to give you medical insurance, and this is for young lawyers. I'm here to give you the breakdown, what you're supposed to pay. So I hope you have your note, your pen, your notebook, so that you can do the calculation and see if this makes sense to you. It's very affordable. We've done even monthly installments, even for the young lawyers who have a lot of money. So we are able to give you the best offer. And I'll start with the highest category. We have 4 categories under this package. we have 1 million combined with an outpatient of 100,000. This category, you're able to access all major hospitals, the big five, the Nairobi, the Aga Khan, Mpisha, Gertrude, and the rest. Then we have the other three categories of 750 combined with an outpatient of 100,000. Then you have 500,000 combined with an outpatient of 750,000. Then we have the last category of 200,000 with an outpatient of 50. So I want you to check now. Get your pen and see what you're able to pay if you were to get an inpatient of 1 million and outpatient of 100. So if you are a member alone, for those who don't have families, that's spouse or a child, but we are lucky, Mega is offering spouses here. So if you don't have one, yeah, you can talk to Mega, to Beatrice. For inpatient of 1 million, outpatient of 100, you're going to pay 66,518 for one member. So if you're to pay the same in monthly installments, this is financed by NCBA, you're going to pay 12,003 shillings per month. Then if you have a member plus one dependent, that's either a spouse or a child, you will pay 110,497. If you are to pay in monthly installments, the same amount you'll pay 19,333. Then let's say a member plus two dependents, a spouse or a child, you'll pay 136,314. And you've seen this category, you're able to access all major hospitals. So there's no limitations to any hospital that you can access this category. Then we have member plus four, paying 176,035 shillings. That's annual premium. If you were to pay pay monthly, you will pay 30,256. Then we have member plus five dependents, so those big families. Bigger family. You'll pay 191,665. If you to do it in monthly installment, you'll be doing 32,761 per month. So that's the first category, which you're able to access all major hospitals. Then we have the other categories of 750, 500, and 200, which now you're not able to access Nairobi Hospital, Aga Khan, and the Mpisha, the big five. And the reason why we excluded this hospital, if you note the limits are very low for these hospitals. For example, if you go to Nairobi Hospital, with a cover of 500,000, it's possible to deplete it within 2 or 4 days. So that's why we are. Yes, sir. Yes. After. Yeah, you will be able to ask questions maybe once I finish. Okay. So I was saying for this other category, the 500, the 750, and 200, we've limited them to other hospitals, the tier 2 hospitals. So you're not able to go to the major hospitals. So for 200 category, a patient of 50, one member, you'll pay only 39,625. If you're to do monthly installments, that's one person. For the same category, that will be 7,521. If you have a spouse or a child, that's member plus one, the same limit of 200, will be able to pay 903. If you're to do monthly installments, you will pay 11,901. If you have a member plus two dependents, the same category of 2,050,000 outpatient, you'll be able to do pay 81,936, and if you to do monthly installment, it's only just 14,473. Let's check the 500 category. A member only, that's inpatient of 500 and outpatient of 750. You'll be able to pay 46,168, that's annual premium. If you to do monthly installments, this will be 8,611. If you're a member plus one, you'll pay 176. If you're to do monthly installments, you'll pay 15,596. A member plus two dependents, same category 500 and outpatient of 75, you will pay 100,863. If you are to do monthly installments, you only just to have to pay 17,727. Then member plus three, 116,598. That's annual premium. A monthly installment of 20,350. Member plus four, 666. If you have to do a monthly installments, you will pay 22,694. The last option of member plus five dependents, you will pay 141. That's annual premium. Then, if you are to do monthly installments, you will pay 25,107 per month. The other category of 750 and outpatient of 100,000. Member only, you're going to pay 51,536. If you have a spouse or one child, you will pay 92,289. Monthly installments for member only, 750,000 and outpatient of 100, you're doing 9,546. Member plus one, monthly installment of 15,946. Then if you member plus two, that's member, spouse or a spouse and a child, or member plus two children, you will do 96,212. If you to do monthly installments, you will do 16,952. Member plus three, that's three dependents, will be 139,285. If you have to do monthly installments, it's 24,131. Member plus four, 155,345. If you are to do monthly installments, you will pay 26,808. And lastly, member plus five, it will be 171,945. Monthly installments, you'll just do 29,574. So that's the breakdown for the premiums. One thing you need to note also that this cover doesn't have any waiting period. So if you take the cover today, you're able to access services immediately. There is no copay to the categories, these categories, so there's no copayment. There's no waiting period for pre-existing conditions, which I know majority of these people who are going to take this cover, they are young people. So you're going to start enjoying the benefits immediately. I don't know if you can get any other better deal in this industry, whether you are allowed to do these monthly installments. Like you can be able to pay a cover every month. You're doing 8,000. No, the list actually is 7520 per month, and you'll be covered for the next 6 months. So if you're paying 7,521 for the next 6 months, you already have a cover. So for those who say they don't have a cover, do you have a reason to not take this cover? No. Thank you. So we'll start with you. So let me welcome the questions.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
You need to use the mic.
Thank you so much for reading that. Let me say that paper, which has been forwarded to us. As a young lawyers, let me speak for myself. Maybe it might apply to my colleagues too. I don't look at first at the paper you're presenting to me. You have approached us. We have the money. You understand? We do have the money. You are offering us the paper. The question that I have for you is this. How many lawyers do you have in your, what do you call them? In your, what do you call it, when applying for, to be in your panel? That's the first thing that I have to consider. Because I cannot come and take, come and take a cover with you, and you're talking to me about young lawyers, and you don't have people in your panel. That's first thing. Second, I would like to understand, why have you chosen NCBA to be the bank? What are they offering? Third, her name is? Yes, Beatrice sends me emails. I don't know where she got my email, but anyway. So what I'm saying is, we need to understand as young lawyers, it's not just the cover. We don't actually, let me tell you, we are not even bothered with the mathematics that is there. We just want to know what is benefiting as young lawyers. Because at the end of the day, everyone gives us the maths, we pay. Actually, lawyers will not have problems paying. The only thing is that, as lawyers, what will you give us? Will you give us a chance to be in your panel? For example, I've seen Britam here. I've been paying professional indemnity with them for almost 4 years. But if you apply to be in their panel, it's another hurdle. You are easy, I'm buying from you, but you cannot give me a chance to equally do what? Get money from you. So mathematics or no mathematics, comparison, that one young lawyers don't care. What we care about is, what am I getting? It's about interest. What are you going to give me?
Okay, if you have any question here, please come forward. We are going to do the questions first and then they will answer. Micheka, come and ask.
I'm in Jubilee Insurance. And those people never approve anything of mine. They never. Even if I go to a chemist, they will deny me anything. So what is new with this cover? Will I be denied anything when I go to a chemist? Outpatient or inpatient? Tell us, this 39,000 shillings cover, that is what young lawyers can afford. Tell me, what does it cover? Will I go to a chemist and be told, we cannot do that? Because, you know, I will not be happy. Or I go to a hospital, inpatient, they'll be like, no, we cannot approve. Tell me, what is different? I have quit Jubilee Insurance. In fact, I wrote them a text today. I think text you saw. I forwarded you the text. I sent you a screenshot, right? I sent her a screenshot. And I told her, I am done with you people. I'm getting a new cover. What is different?
Thank you, Micheka, for your passionate submissions. Yes, Doctor. Okay, Oyo, thank you, Oyo. She's presenting the indemnity cover, so we are taking questions for the health cover. Yes? Then we go to you, yeah?
Good evening, everyone. My name is Brian. Mine is not a question. Perhaps you can take a proposition. Now, I'm going to take the point that he was trying to ask and give it as a proposition, not a question. Because I do not have a problem with paying for a cover, but I take issue with someone taking money from me and I get nothing for it. This is not diffusing the fact that it covers my health. My point is, I get insurance people in the office almost every day. And how do I tell these people to go away nicely? Go get me a brief or get me in a panel and I'll take a cover with you. As is, personally, I'm covered by Britam. And the person that gave me that cover had to go out of their way and get me a brief for me to take. Do you understand me? So for us, we're lawyers, we're not laymen. I'm not saying this to sound egocentric or anything, but if you are to come to me with anything, let it be a negotiation. Do you get me? I am unable to make room for the possibility of this product surviving for the next 20 years if we do not have a structure where we have, let's say, they give lawyers in Nairobi, at least 5 young lawyers, they get into panels, people who are 1 to 3 years in practice, they give others in Mount Kenya, that kind of a structure. Because if you relaunch and launch again, or you celebrate an anniversary next year, someone else will ask the same question. But I think it would be very attractive if I was asking this question and then you hit me with, oh, we have a structure where you apply for this, okay? So, and getting into panels is incredibly difficult. So if you want me to give you my money, I do not have a problem with it. Give me something. Yes? Right.
Yes, Gloria?
Thank you, Mega Health, for this. I can say I'm a beneficiary of the services through Wakili Cover, but mine is expiring next month, so I think I'm going to take the one for the branch. And I can clearly say that the approvals have been very fast. They do act on the approvals fast. However, I have a few questions. And this, if I take a maternity cover today, I'm new, I have never taken this insurance cover, and I can see there's a waiting period of 10 months. And we all know that in 9 months, if I conceived today, I might give birth in 9 months. So does that mean I am excluded from this cover? Secondly, we have customary marriages, right? How many spouses are covered? Because if I have 2 spouses who are registered, will they all be covered? And if both of them happen to be pregnant, who will be covered, who will not be covered? So I think those are my questions.
Thank you, Gloria, for those pertinent questions. Pregnancy is important. Yes, Oyo? You need this for the live coverage.
We are on camera?
Yes, we are on camera. Okay. So, smile.
So let me. Yeah, thank you very much. I think I just have a few questions. The first one is the time period. If I understood you correctly, it's 0 to 15. So if you are in your 14th year and you take the cover, does it terminate when you get to 15 years? Or does it subsist after your 15th year? That is number one. Some of us are dangerously close to 15 years in practice. Number two, how do you confirm that someone subscribing for a cover is a member of the branch? Is it only closed to Nairobi branch, members of the LSK, or is it open to other lawyers across the country? Number three, and more importantly, the figures you've been mentioning here, both in terms of the premium payable and the limit of the cover, are mostly Greek to a majority of these people. These people failed accounting for lawyers. So you need to demonstrate. If you could have a graphical illustration so that they go digest what is there and make informed decision, that would help them. 80% of lawyers don't know math. I'm part of the other 30% who do. Number 4, and more importantly, the cover we are launching here today can only make sense if it offers a cheaper or a competitive rate compared to what is in the market. What is the demonstration that this is the case? Why can't I just walk to CIC and take a cover and instead trust that this cover assures me of protection? Number 5, and probably last, with respect to this cover, where is the responsibility in terms of a claim? And I think that's something Brian alluded to as well. We see Britam, we see Mega Health, we see LSK Nairobi, we see AR Insurance. Who do we go to if we want to make a claim? Is it that Britam is going to tell us go to Mega Health, and Mega Health is going to tell us go to Test? Test is a very busy woman. Who is responsible and takes charge of member welfare, and how do we access this cover? He's loosely talked about the number of hospitals that are members of this scheme, and he said all the major hospitals. Some of us live in far-flung places where there are no major hospitals. So we would want to know with particularity which hospitals are covered or are under this scheme, so that I don't have to go to Aga Khan, have Lakisama Health Center, Penda. Yes, so that I can go to Penda in the great estate of Lakisama. Thank you very much. And a clap for me. Let jealousy not guide you today.
You know, when members of Oyo's village, if they decide to join this session, they will be very proud because they call him barrister. Yes, we have another question here.
Good evening, everybody. My name is Nyakenywa. So, just what Oyo has asked, but I specifically with numbers. Yeah, we have struggled with numbers just here. You mentioned, let me take the example, the 200K, 50K one. It's 39,625. And you said per month, 7,521. I don't invalidate your math, but if you tell me something per month and you had given me a per year, I just do divide by 12, and it doesn't come to 7,000. So I'd like to know how you arrived at that, and the extras, where are they coming from? Ni tax, ni, noja, just elaborate. Then, I happened to bounce onto a brochure from AR, which you have not yet provided for us. And I come and pay you my 7,000 shillings this month. Oh, I'm pretty newly admitted, so ninaweza kosa raha zingine nikikupea hiyo pesa. Anyway. And then I go to hospital. My learned friend has said about maternity and all those things, and this being a pretty productive, I would say, lifetime. My life is around there because we've been studying the whole time. And I go to a gyna, I want to see a gyna, and I cannot see them because apparently it's an exemption in my cover. So I say, I wasn't told that, I don't know that, and I'm ambushed at the consultation room. So kindly just be a little more precise for us to know what we're dealing with and what are our risks, just not the advantages. Would really appreciate that because there's a scale of balances. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please clap for her. At least she has asked one very important question. What are our risks? As lawyers, that is what we always do by covering our clients' risk. Is that not true? Any other person before I go to the online questions? Terry, any question? Madam Chair? Mbogo. You're okay. Okay. So we have a question online, and they're asking, the question is from Christine Kasiva. She's asking, is it possible to include parents among the beneficiaries apart from spouse and children? I think now the floor is open for answers so that before we go to the professional indemnity cover.
Okay, I think I'm going to answer the question about how you can be included in the panel of the insurance company. I don't know if it's in the insurance company or us, but probably I needed to clarify that we are insurance brokers, so we are source for clients on behalf of insurance companies. So if you kindly allow me also to just clarify that we have somebody ask what is our role in this partnership with Law Society of Kenya, the insurance company, and us. So our role is to advise you on the best cover and to facilitate membership uptake. So that is our role. Now, I'm not so sure, but I don't know if how you'll take this, but you see, for me, I do my work as a professional to advise you. So I believe that is my role. So when you ask me to connect you to the insurance company, so that, because I've gotten such requests, the best I can do is to just maybe share with you the processes. And Louisa is going to talk about that because they have their system of trying to think of that name. So I can just advise you on the process, how you can get to apply, but I am not in a position to influence the decisions in the insurance company. That is beyond my scope. I'm not in a position to do that. So the other question that I wanted to answer about the parents, if you can take your parent as a dependent, and now I'm dealing with the advocates here, is your parent your dependent as per the law? So I think that is what we need to ask ourselves, because I think as per the law, your parent is not your dependent. Yeah, and a child who is above 18 is not your dependent. So I think if we approach it from that perspective, then you are going to have it right. However, we have a product that we have developed with Jubilee Insurance that we are going to inform you about. We are going to launch. I think Tess and Helen are aware about this product. So we are going to launch it at some other point. But if you want to cover your parent, you can get in touch with us. We have developed a product with Jubilee Insurance. Somebody asked, why can't I just go to CIC or another insurance company to get a cover for myself? And I think I indicated that before we narrowed down to AAR, we had these quotations. I also mentioned that I have the experience in the industry of about 20 years. I know, but even if you wake me up and you tell me which company, I can be able to advise you on the best company. But again, you see, we had to do it. We didn't decide, or they didn't just decide. We got the quotations, we gave to the council members. We went through it. In fact, they kept on, it was a back and forth. The option of the insurance premium finance, we really had to push NCBA to allow us to partner with them because they allow up to 4 installments. And you remember, Tess, we had to negotiate with AR again and NCBA to allow us to extend the period to 6 months. Now, statistically, it shows that most people default on their bank loans after 4 months. So that's why they discourage installments that is more than 4 months. However, we were able to convince them that we are working in partnership with the Nairobi branch. And so now, because of that, because they were able to allow us, but as an individual person, if you are taking insurance, you will not be allowed to pay insurance for more than 4 months. This is a special request that was granted because of the group. Remember, we are bargained as Nairobi lawyers. It's a Nairobi lawyers scheme. So somebody asked a very good question. How do we identify that this is a member of the branch? So you have to give us a document that proves that you're a member. Do you? Sorry? Yes. So we will be given proof that you are a member of the branch, because this product, we are getting it in partnership with the Nairobi branch. And they do a lot of work. They did a lot of work to come up with this package. So we cannot open it to the entire country. If Kisumu lawyers, they want theirs, they can approach us to give them theirs. But this is specifically for the Nairobi branch. So the rest, I'm going to ask Sami to answer.
Thank you, Beatrice, for that. And maybe to add on how to get maybe in the panel, maybe you can also now engage the council, Madam Chair, even to start maybe negotiating for the members, so that it can be easier for them so to get in the panel. But for us, we'll always help where we can, maybe provide the information how to get, as she's saying. There's a question about what is covered. So for 39, somebody asked that what is covered for 39,000. So we have inpatient cover of 200,000, and for inpatient, it means what means covered an inpatient is in case you are admitted, the insurance will pay your bill up to 200,000, depending on what the illness. So, for example, if it's a chronic condition, there is a sublimit. And 500,000 and 200,000, they have different sublimits, like when it comes to pre-existing conditions, chronic conditions. So, but in case you're admitted, the insurance company will be able to pay up to 200,000 for your bill. Yes. Then it also covers any accident cases up to your limit. So in case you've never in an accident, you'll be able to be covered up to your limit. So if you had taken 500,000, you'll be covered up to 500,000 for inpatient for that cover. If you had taken 1 million, you'll be covered up to a limit of 1 million in case of an accident. Then organ transplant is covered up to this pre-existing condition. Then we have outpatient cover, still it's combined. For outpatient, you have diagnostic tests and procedures, radiotherapy and chemos, cancer tests and consultations, dental including simple extractions, difficult extractions, fillings, scaling, polishing. So depending on the outpatient cover, there's a sublimit for dental. There's gum surgery, root canal, there's optical service and outpatient. So again, depending on your outpatient cover, the dental and optical is 10% of your outpatient cover. So if you've taken a 75,000 cover, then your limit for dental is 7,500. Then we have MRI and CT scans also covered. We also have vaccinations for the babies and outpatient, and this is also as per the KP guideline for immunization. Then the other question was about maternity. Why 10 months waiting period? We all know that maternity is not, we say it's not illness. And by the time you're getting to 9 months, they know you'll be able to maybe pay your bills if you've not taken insurance cover. So we had a plan like 3 years ago, whereby we didn't have waiting period for maternity. And for sure, young lawyers abuse this cover, because somebody will come 2 months to delivery, take the cover, pay a prorated premium of, let's say, 10,000, you're covered, then the insurance company pays up to a limit of 100,000 for you. After your cover expires, then you don't renew. So they made a lot of losses. That was a different provider, not AAR. So with this experience, now the insurance also had to come up with a way now to cap this. So because people are taking advantage of this, because we didn't have any waiting period, people are coming, joining the cover, enjoy the maternity benefit, then they don't renew. So you paid 10,000, insurance have paid 150,000 for you, then you are nowhere to be seen. So that's the reason why we have 10 months waiting period for maternity, because they know for sure if you're expectant now, so they won't cover. But by the time now you're getting to renew your cover, at least to be the second year, you're able to pay your premiums. The other question was about spouses covered. So if polygamous, unfortunately, insurance only covers for one spouse. So not unless you take a different cover for them, so you'll be one spouse, then you pay separately. So even an NHIF doesn't allow to have those many spouses. So if you're blessed, I'm sure you're blessed even in terms of money, you're able to pay for them. Then there was a period of coverage. Somebody asked, we've capped this to 15 years. So what happens if you're getting to 15? Then there's a cover for those senior lawyers that now will will move you to the other cover. So we let now the young lawyers who are joining to enjoy this coverage. So then the verification of membership, I think it is mentioned that the office, Nairobi branch will be able to provide with us the data for their members. They're able to verify and confirm this is our member. Show the figures. How this now is different from what we are giving is different from other insurance companies. I want to say we were really prepared to project, but unfortunately we thought we'd get a projector here. So we'll be able to share this information, a summary, a comparative summary, showing that whatever you've proposed, we had negotiated with the council members, and for sure it is the best deal for you. So we'll be able to show that and demonstrate this cover is cheaper compared to what is out there in the market. Then there's a question about whose responsibility it is when it comes to claims. For us, we ensure you are insured. So if you're taking a PI cover with Britam, for sure you'll make sure that you have a PI cover with Britam. So we are brokers. So if you are giving a medical cover, we'll ensure that if you've taken 500,000 cover from AAR, we'll make sure that you have your cover. We'll be able to send you the policy document to confirm that you're covered. And then if you have any issues with the cover, you're always allowed to cancel your cover within 30 days. So you're able to return your premiums and then maybe get another cover. There's a question about the panel of providers, the hospitals. We'll be able to share this because it's a big list. So if you are saying you're not in Nairobi Hospital, we'll share with you, once you send the quotation, we'll be able to share with you the list of the hospitals that you're going to access once you take this cover. So you're able to know if you're in Kikuyu or Kiambu, or which is the nearest hospital that you can go to. If you're in Nairobi, as they're saying like you're in Komarok, which hospital can you go to, depending on the category that you choose. So unfortunately, we're not able also to project that. That's the reason that we are not able to give all the hospitals, because there are more than 200 hospitals all over the country. Then we had the breakdown. What is 39? This 39,000, how we are arriving at it. So 39 is the premium. Then on top of the premium, there's an interest for NCBA because they are doing IPF, what we call insurance premium financing. So there's 5,500 on top of this. If you add that, divide by the number of installments, which is 6, so you'll arrive at that figure. So we'll still be able to share that. Your breakdown, if you're taking this limit, this is how much you're paying, this is the interest, and this the amount you're paying as a premium. Then, what have I left? IPF mentioned. Parents, oh no, these exclusions. What is not covered? What is not covered, maybe I can mention, but still this one will be able to be shared with you. The exclusions. Under this cover, the exclusions are hearing aids. They are excluded in this cover. Vaccinations, we only have KEPI guidelines, so the baby friendly is not included. Family planning and fertility treatment is not covered. Intentional self-injury, suicide or attempted suicide, drug addiction and drunkenness is not covered. Expenses recovery under any other insurance, so whatever is paid by NHIF, NHIF has to pay. Then we have cosmetic surgery, unless caused by an accident, massage or beauty treatment, it's not covered. Naval, military, and Air Force operations, still an exclusion. Contamination by radioactivity from nuclear fuel waste or fission. Participation in riot, strike, and civil commotion. Maandamano Thursday. So, so ukienda kurusha mawe uonekane na kamera ukirusha alafu uende kuclaim, it won't be covered. So this is an exclusion. Then we have stays in old age homes, places and sanatoriums, etc. It's not covered. Beauty treatment in nature cure clinics or health hydronervous system breakdown. Nervous breakdown is also an exclusion in this. Then you have treatment other than by registered medical practitioners. So kwa wale wa dawa za kienyeji, that's an exclusion as well. Yeah, so those are the few exclusions that we have for that cover, which we can still discuss or share with you the entire write-up. If we have any question, we can be able to answer. And then I think it is answered about the parents. Yeah, so they are not your dependents. So you have a separate cover that you can take for your parents. So it's not, they can't be under you. Thank you. I hope I've answered all the questions.
Thank you very much for those answers. Although we have one more question from the online platform. Oyo umesikia dawa ya kienyeji, it's not covered. So kuna mganga wa kutoka Kitui atakusaidia hapo. There's a question you forgot about most insurance rarely, if not don't, cover for gynecologist visit. Is there an exemption here, or you still uphold the same policies?
Sorry, gynecologists under your outpatient limit. So they're still under that list of providers. They are specialists. So you have to use now the specialist under their panel. So if you're going to pay from your, you're not going to use the specialist in their panel, you can opt to pay and then come back and claim. So it is covered, but under their panel.
Yeah, just one more clarification that the list of a panel of providers is quite huge. It's not something that we can print out. We can share with you online. Remember that I said that we are having our sales team. I introduced some of them. So when, they will be able to sit down with you one-on-one and still take you through this and explain in details what we have left out. But then in terms of panel of providers, they are hospital and then they are specialists. Now, before you'd go to the hospital, then you get a referral to go and see a specialist. In this cover, you can go to the specialist directly. You are going to be given, it's operated on a system called MTBA, so you won't need a card. You will be given, when you are registering, we'll take your mobile number, then you'll be sent a message and you'll be shown how to register. With that message, basically with your telephone number, you can walk into any of the facilities and receive treatment. You remember before we used to do smart cards, slate cards, and sometimes you've forgotten them at home, or they are spoiled, and you know you have to replace and pay. So AR operates on MTIBA platform that is so to avoid such inconveniences. So I hope that is clear. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Beatrice. Although that's a bit disappointing, I was hoping we will go and index our fingers. There's like a good feeling.
Yeah, so with the MTIBA, you give your telephone number and you still have to use your thumb to access the services.
Thank you very much. We have one more question from the online platform. They're asking, will they waive the waiting period for underlying conditions or reduce it?
All pre-existing conditions, there's no waiting period for any pre-existing condition as it is right now. So once you join, you'll be able to enjoy the services. Yes, thank you.
Thank you very much, members, both who have attended here physically. Nairobi rep, please come say something before you leave, before we introduce the indemnity cover. This is the father of OB. The reason why he had to be here, it's because us OB people, we need this cover. Sindio Micheka? Yes. So let the father of OB say something.
Thank you, Tess. Thank you, everyone who has found time to come here physically, and those who are also attending online. As I've shared elsewhere, I have encouraged people to take this cover because OB, you know, sometimes we live hand to mouth, and diseases can find you when you have nothing. And it can reduce you really to something beneath OB. So if you have the cover, you are sorted. You are sorted. Somebody was saying that the premium is what we earn the whole year, but I think the number covered, you should also look at the number covered. I think 29 for 5 people, it is not one person. So we need to encourage our members to take it. And people who depend on the blood of Jesus Christ, like Oyo, need to be encouraged that Jesus said that we are in the world, but not of the world. So you need to take care of yourself. Thank you so much, Tess. Thank you, Chair, for doing this for our members. And I also pray that because we have members across the nation and who are still young lawyers, perhaps we may extend it a bit later to include our members across the country, so that they also enjoy the benefits. Otherwise, thank you very much. And we are going to Lakisama. Lakisama is not very near, so we have to leave early before the thugs start their work. We respect jurisdiction. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. That is one of our Nairobi reps, Ochi Baba, as we famously know him. And indeed, this cover has one thing that they did not say. You see the way they are going to Lakisama. This cover offers a free accident cover. So but God forbid, it will not happen. It happens. Our Lakisama residents are safe. Well, at this juncture, before we introduce Britam, one of the representatives from AR is here. Let us say just one word, and then we proceed to the professional indemnity cover. Welcome.
Hi, everyone. Good evening. You're all well? It's good to see you this evening. My name is Anne Omanga. I work for AR Insurance, and we are represented here, as you can see, supporting Mega Health, with the medical insurance for the young lawyers, or the LSK. And we are ready, to give the very best in terms of insurance. And with AR in support with Mega Health here, you can never go wrong. So I trust that everybody shall come on board with us through Mega Health, all right? So have yourselves a great weekend, and nice seeing you here today, all right? Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much. You'll pardon her, she had come earlier on, but as I had explained when we started, there was a bit of a hiccup with the venue. So at this juncture, we want to invite Britam, and I'm sure all of us are waiting for the most heated conversation, how we will get onto their panel so that we get their cover. Is that not correct? So don't be pressured, but be pressured.
I'm already scared.
And that is insurance for life and general business. Life, where we have Britam Life Assurance Limited, and that is actually the backbone of Britam. And then we have Britam General Insurance, and then Britam Asset Management. When you have unit trust and stuff like that and investments, we also do that. So it's a pleasure to be here today to talk about professional indemnity.
Cover extension provided, and this is where what exclusions we have that you can actually buy back.
Then with underwriting and rating factors, what do we consider when we give you ratings? And of course, that will inform you the understanding of the limits that we have put in place, and of course, the extensions that we have offered. So, in simple terms, what is professional indemnity and why do you need it? I think with our careers each and every day, like for me here, studied before you, right now whatever I say or do can hold Britam general liable. So whatever I come and promise you here about professional indemnity can hold Britam liable. So I am PI protected. So why do you need PI protected? I can come here and tell you either something that is off or give you an advice that is off, or rather is untrue, unconsciously. I'm not doing this on purpose. Maybe I had a rough day and I was tired, and then negligibly I end up telling you something that is off the books or over-promising on something and then under-delivering, and you decide this is not professional for you. You ought to pay me back. I lost money because of this, I lost my time, I lost clients because of what you did, and you ought to pay me back. So that is why we come in with professional indemnity for young lawyers. We cover you for mistakes you make while advising or maybe litigating on behalf of your client. Because as lawyers, we represent the client. And at times you can represent a client and they come and tell you, they feel like whatever it is you told them is not correct. So either they lose money or they lose businesses and stuff like that, and they come after you. So this is where Britam comes in and offers you young PI cover that covers between the ages of 18 to 35. You're assuming that by the time you're 35, you are an old school in this market. So, and of course, with learning lawyers, as you gain more experience, you become, of course, better off. So it's a form of liability insurance that helps protect professional advice and service providing individuals and companies from bearing the full cost of defense against negligence claim made by a client and damages awarded in such a civil lawsuit. So scope of cover, what do we cover? First of all, this cover is on a claims made basis. So this cover will respond to any claims made during and in the period of insurance. So say you have a claim between, maybe you had an altercation with a client or you disagreed in something maybe in February, and you've been in cover, say, from January, and this client decides to sue you in, say, even October. Once you report to us, so long as you report within the time period, within the time that you are on cover with us, we are going to respond to that claim. Even if maybe the next year you decide to drop Britam, but you had reported this claim at the point where you're still covered with us, we are going to respond to this claim. But what are we saying? Of course, we do not cover for retroactive because we're assuming you've just been admitted to the bar. So you have no prior litigations. We are starting off with you. That's why we're saying 18 to 35. And then, of course, we only cover the principal member, assuming you by yourself as a young lawyer. And the estimated annual fees we are working with, we are assuming 500,000 on the minimum. But of course, as you fill in the proposal form, you'll be able to advise us on more. And then the limit of indemnity is 2 million. So for any defense costs, legal lawsuits, say loss of documents, the maximum limit that this cover can respond to is 2 million. So for this, so for the PI, we give you extensions, loss of documents. Suppose you lose your documents, we'll pay you up to a maximum of 50,000. We pay you for libel and slander. Your client decides that hukuongea vizuri, they go after you, we'll pay you for that at a limit of 50,000. Again, dishonesty of employees. You have employees who are dealing with you like roughly on the side. So the basic premium for this cover is a flat rate of 5,000 if you take the PI cover alone. Now, we've added a rider on this for personal accident. You want to work and then you want to know that you're safe. Accidents do happen, no one plans for them. And you're better off safe than sorry because sometimes these bills can go haywire. So for the accidents, again, of course, the limit is 18 to 35 years. For death, and God forbid, we cover up to 500,000. That is death and permanent total disability. And then funeral expenses arising out of an accident, the cover responds to a maximum of 15,000. The cover is a 24-hour cover. So if you have a PI cover that has the PA with us, right now you are covered, whether you're working or you're running your own errands. So, of course, in that policy we exclude political risks and terrorism. But for the PA cover, it's a buyback, though it cannot be bought under this specific product. It means you have to go to Mega Health, fill in a proposal form, and tell us that you also want to be covered under political risks and terrorism, of where we will give you a quotation, and then you will be able to know the damages. So for the PA, the basic premium is 700 shillings, and with PA, there's no excesses. For the PI cover, the excess is 50,000. That is 1% of the limit of indemnity, with a minimum of 50,000. So in total, you part with 5,805 for a year, and you're covered for your PI and also for the personal accident. So, of course, other costs. So the costs covered basically are legal costs and expenses arising out of civil lawsuit or claim. Of course, loss of documents, libel and slander, and then dishonest acts of any employees. And then we come to exclusions. So the standard exclusions that are these policies are insolvency, willful acts, where you act willfully, knowing too well that whatever it is you're doing is not correct. If we are able to prove, because the bond of proof lies with the underwriter, if you're able to prove that whatever it is you did, whatever it is you did was out of willful negligence, that cover will not respond. We also don't cover pollution, war, and risks. That is our standard exclusion, I think, in almost all policies in the market. And then, of course, consequential loss. The losses that arise at the point where maybe you're under litigation, and now you cannot operate. Maybe the court order bars you from handling any other client until this is sorted. That is not paid. But we all have consequential loss policies that takes care of that. They say insurance can cover anything. Of course, we also exclude bodily injury under the PI cover if you take it on standalone, and any known on prior claims where the reinstatement, retroactive or reinstatement or runoff exclusions come in. And then we do not cover reinstatement, and there's also no retroactive cover. But then again, as I said, this can be bought back, especially as you continue, because year one, you might be good. You've just started off year two. By the time you're hitting year 5, you would need that cover. And you should be able to buy that back. So when you talk of reinstatement cover, the purpose of this extension is to reinstate the indemnity limit once the limit has been exhausted. So this is a limit that you can buy back, and of course that will cost a bit of additional premiums, but not too much. Of course, if you're in our books, you can have a claim today, and once the same has been settled, you decide you still want to be covered for the rest of the year. You don't want to be exposed. You can always buy back reinstatement cover. You can also buy back retroactive cover. Retroactive cover, this is where the claims made during the policy period relate to an incident before the policy inception date and are covered by use of retroactive date. So you can decide that at the point you filling in your proposal form and you're going on cover, because as you fill in your proposal form, you're giving the underwriter an offer. You're inviting them to take up this contract with you. So at that time, you tell them, I need a retroactive cover that should act up to this point. Then, of course, when they go through your proposal form, they will decide how much that would cost. And I think at that point is where you also disclose if there are any litigations against you, because most people who buy retroactive covers, there's always a history. And then, of course, run-off cover, and this is now when you become more senior in your profession. Run-off cover provides protection for claims against the insured when they stop trading or practicing. You're done with your work, maybe you decide to retire at 50, you've made enough money, you're just chilling somewhere, and then all of a sudden you're hit by a lawsuit, something you did 5 years back, 10 years prior, even 20 years prior, because sometimes these litigations take time. You would mess with someone today, and maybe they don't know any better. 5 years down the line, somebody advises them, this is what you ought to do, you ought to have taken this person to court, and you're hit with a lawsuit. Britain will come in there as long as you have that run-off cover as part of the PI cover that you have. So what are the underwriting factors we look at? Of course, limit of indemnity required. For this policy, we offer up to a maximum of 2 million, but you can always buy more. You can talk to Beatrice and her team. They can always sell for you more. You fill in a proposal form and you still get a quotation for that. And of course, the gross fees will also matter, because we are assuming that you're not stagnant. As you proceed with the profession, you grow, you're making more money, and of course, you are more exposed. And then, of course, your past history. Have you had any litigations before? And what is the frequency? What is the severity? Things like that. And then the number of qualified employees. How many employees do you work with that are able to make decisions on behalf of the company? That does matter. And what are their qualifications? If they are qualified, they're also included in the cover. And then, of course, any other extensions that you may require, because we are able to tailor-make a policy accordance to your wishes and however much you find convenient. So what will we need when you go on cover? A duly filled proposal forms, a copy of your national ID and passport, your KRA PIN. Don't ask why the government requires that. And then, of course, premium payment, which is strictly on cash and carry, because we insist on cash and carry because the moment I agree to that cover, I am liable. Should you do anything, even if you paid me 5,000 bob today and you're sued tomorrow, I will have to pay up to the 2 million max. So I need this money in advance to also take care of investments, so that I'm able to pay you and not tell you because you paid me premiums on time, because you don't pay me premiums on time, I'm not able to respond. So what I would say is, of course, you cannot, again, claim without having paid premiums. And we are avoiding a scenario where you just got a claim, then you're coming to us to tell us, no, this is the time I want to pay premiums. We do have arrangements with Mega Health, but that is specifically to Mega Health on premium. If they explain to us the reasons to why you're not able to remit your premiums on time, and the same should still be remitted within a 30-day period. But that is now with Mega Health, and of course they will be representing you and maybe, of course, talking on your behalf. So I think that is all. I've covered pretty much everything. That is basically the PI cover for young professional indemnity insurance, and with the PA rider. Thank you so much. I don't know if you have any questions. I'm here with my team, Haron and Joseph. They will also, I don't know if they want to say something to the team. They will also be taking up questions if you have any. Maybe I should first of all respond to the one that was asked. Yeah, I think he's left. He asked about how you get into the panel. And so normally for BRITA, for suppliers or anyone who wants to get in the panel, be it, of course, the legal team, be it any supplies, whether you want to be supplying tea or you want to offer maybe cleaning services, or you even want to offer like services such as this, where if you have an event, you are the events organizer. We normally do a procurement process every 2 years where we inform the public of what we are doing. Of course, normally they will require that you send in your profile. So you just drop your profile with us. And especially we normally do let brokers know, but I am sure that for this year that is already done. So that is the next process will be in 2025. Yes, in 2025. You drop your profile, but it's not bad to even drop your profile now, because maybe should there be need in between, they will, of course, pick your profile, vet it. A panel will invite you for an interview, and when you're successful, they will, of course, take you up. And what I'm saying is, actually right now, I was confirming with our legal manager, right now, our panel has about 60% young lawyers. So if you want to prove, you can walk into Britam General, it's just across here, and come and see for yourself. We have, because Britam itself at this point has, the employees are between 18 and 35 years. So really we resonate with what you're saying. Young people also want that opportunity. So drop your profile with us. We will have a look at it, and then you will be called in for an interview. Ukijitetea, you're in. It's as simple as that. Hakuna kujuana. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. So you can also just drop your profile with Beatrice, and then I'll just forward them to our legal team. Hiyo kazi ya mkono nimekubali kufanya. I'll forward them, and then of course they'll reach out to you. Thank you though. Any more questions are welcome. Thanks.
Yes, Gloria, you have a question?
Thank you for that presentation. My question is, today I take a cover with Britam, then maybe consequently in 5 years' time, I have another insurance company, but I'm sued by a client for an act I did when I took this Britam insurance cover. Is it going to be covered? I'm asking this question because I have seen lawyers complaining of insurance companies not paying for any, like, the indemnity that was caused back then, and maybe they are making a report maybe 5 years later when the act is now reported. Or, okay, not 5, but 3 years later.
Thank you, Gloria. Any other person with a question? Well, I have a question. Recently, I moved from my insurance firm, Indemnity, to another one. And there were some claims, as Gloria is saying. And the previous one was saying, no, we cannot give you or pay you because you have moved to another insurance firm. Is that the same case with you?
So I think I mentioned something about this young PI policy operating under the claims made clause. So with the liability policies, we normally operate under 2 clauses. Either the cover will respond when the claim is made or when the claim occurs. So at the point of going on cover, that is the time you're supposed to negotiate with your underwriter and tell them if you want to be covered, if you want the policy to operate under claims made or claims occurred, though most underwriters prefer to operate under claims made. Because claims-made policies, it means that right now, so this is for young lawyers, we're assuming that now you've been in practice for long. So for claims made, we're assuming that you had, you've been on cover, you were covered previously, because I think the first condition is normally you were on cover even at the time the incident was happening. But then this situation comes today. So if it comes up today, your cover is going to respond so long as the claim is within the period you're covered. But when you take a cover under claims occurred basis, your insurer, if this claim occurred 5 years back, your current underwriter will not respond to that. You have to go back to the person that covered you. But now you see that previous cover, what was the condition? So if it was, so long as if you did not make a claim at that point, of course, that also is going to be an issue. So that is one thing you need to be very, very keen on when you're negotiating to get on cover. And I think that is why the retroactive cover comes in place. You might decide that because I do not know what happened 5 years ago, you can always buy back that retroactive cover with your current underwriter. And so you decide that this cover, in as much as I'm taking it between January 1st to 31st of December, of course, general insurance policies operate under 1 year. This cover can respond to my claims that were made, any claims that can arise that were made last year. Maybe of something I did last year that is bringing liability at this point, that will respond. So basically, the issue is claims made or claims or carry. Yes. Karibu.
Thank you. Any other question? Kimani or Smarkin, do you have a question? Are you sure? Ama utapost kwa Advocates Hub. Come ask here.
Yeah, of course, I will share also we will be sharing the presentation. I will share with Beatrice, who will share with you. And of course, if you have any more questions, they can always shoot them back to us and we'll respond to them. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Please, let's give both teams a very warm round of applause. I want to appreciate both of you. And there's something they didn't mention, because it's a very good rider. In both covers, they give free accident cover for up to 1 million. 1 million. We call it force majeure. We don't know about tomorrow, right? But if you are covered, your people are not going to struggle or worry or fret that, what are we going to do next? Your people will sleep soundly knowing, my person is at the hospital, but my person is covered. So now the rest that they will do will be making prayers for you. But do not go for maandamano, as you have heard. Do not go for maandamano, as you have heard, and come and claim. And then we see you there. You saw how Gloria was holding that masquerada. We see you there with a big stone, going to swear our people's president. Unfortunately, something happens, and then you come and claim. That, unfortunately, is not going to be covered. It is good we be very clear on that. Mbogo is not happy. Mbogo Miguna was allowed to come to Kenya. What is wrong? Mbogo is requesting Madam Beatrice, when we go back to the drawing table, we find a way to cover maandamano people. Because Mbogo is requesting, when we go back to the drawing board for the next launch of the elder covers, we also include maandamano for young covers. Yeah, they want to eat their ushuru through tear gas, and then they want to be covered. Well, thank you very much. At this juncture, we want to appreciate our partners. They're still here, both Britam AR, also our platinum partners. That is Kingdom Bank and Communication Authority for holding our branch. And also for our members for creating time. I know it's a Friday. I know the time that we had told you and informed you that it's going to happen did not happen. But please, again, forgive us. It was due to unavoidable circumstances. The hall was double booked. But next time we will make sure that will not be there. And above all, we want to thank God Almighty for enabling this day to happen. I did not see this day happening because advocates, let's be honest, we are the most careless people. It's a fact. We know how to advise people. But when someone else is taking care of us, we do not heed to such advice. I know we want to get into the panels of Britam, we want to get into the panels of AR. We will also push for that. Please, don't just give top-tier firms files. Trust me, it is these young advocates who actually draft this work. So when you see a young advocate who has just 2 years of experience, consider that person. We are going to take your cover. Heed to us. Make us feel like indeed we are contributing to this society so that you don't feel like we're being left out. I hope you'll take our message. Yeah? And members, as you're going to enjoy your weekend, as you're going to have the new coming week, as Madam Beatrice has said, it is not Nairobi branch that is going to be coming to your office, but we have salespersons that are ready. You have our number, the Nairobi branch number. Let me read it out so that if anyone, and not just if, I want people to actually take this cover. I will be the first person to take this cover. And I'm hoping Kamwele, Mbogo, you have associates in the office partner banner. Take this cover for your people. Our chair, Madam Ramisi, take this cover for your associates. You know, let's make it, let's own this cover because it belongs to us. So this is our number. I know majority of us do not have our Nairobi branch number. Our number is 07. I don't see people removing their phones to save this number. Micheka, please have our Nairobi line so that when now you finally decide to take this cover, you will call us and we will send the salesperson to your office directly. The number is 0707. Yeah, 256. No, I did not send you this. 0707 256 140. 140. 0707 256 140. If by any chance you make a call and you find that the line is engaged, do not give up. Call again. We will receive your call. We will get in touch with Mega Health, whom are going to bring the salespeople to your office, who are going to advise you more, answer more of your questions that maybe we might not have been able to answer them here. And then you'll be able to be satisfied, and finally you take the cover. In the alternative, we have our social media platform. We have YouTube, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram. Also, don't fret to DM us if you want this cover. We really want to take up a cover. We really want to cover ourselves. Let it not be an event that went wasted without being a meaningful one. And as usual, we will keep on reminding you on the forums that we have. Because at the end of the day, tunataka wakili mwenye ako na afya njema. Na afya njema inaanza na wewe kujikinga. You can even see we have a psychiatric option. Ukichoka na kufanya briefs, kichwa imechoka. Tuko na option ya 100,000, 50,000. You can go to Chiromo, you can just chill there for a week or two, breathe in, breathe out, talk to the psychiatric, and you're going to be covered. So do not go home feeling bloated. Do not go home feeling overwhelmed. We have you covered. Take the cover and take care of yourself. Without much further ado, I want to thank you all and we want to take a photo. Wendy, our program manager, wants to say something.
It's okay.
And I forgot, we have a very good surprise from Mega Health. Kuna confetti, tunga confetti. Najua mimi ni wa Machakos, sijalelewa hizi vitu za Nairobi. Kuna confetti, ile kitu apparently na tupangwa kwa parties na So please, we all come here in front. Come, well, it is an exciting event. Come. Come. As we take a photo to officially launch this event, to officially say that wakili amekavwa. Wakili akona afya mzuri. Who is Madam Beatrice? Ashikilie yake pia. Glory, glory. Mama welfare. Sasa nakuachia sasa. Yeah, come take Beatrice. Come, Wele, come. Beatrice,
Only give senior this one. Give senior this one. Give him this salad. Give him that. Yeah, give him.
You and chair.
Okay.
Kama haujaienda birthday party ziko na hii, tuta experience leo, msijali. Watu wenye mko live, you see what we told you to attend physically. Tulikula maandazi, tulikula sausage, tukakunywa chai, na sasa tunafanya yip yip yip. Tusiwa block. Amja to block.
Ndio kwa picha.
Amja to block, tuko sawa. So uko ready? Kubust hiyo kitu. In 3. We are counting.
So we're supposed to throw this thing?
Yeah. No. Micheka, hiyo iko alliance.
Be at the center because you're more of...
Kujeni tukuje side basi.
We only had one job. Only one job. Only one job. Who's that thing? Who's it? People, you know to do this. But yet you to be there. If not, that's what I do.
Patroba is a trust fund child. Amezoea hii maneno.
Is it from the same batch? Yeah.
Thank you, guys. After this, we can go home at our own leisure and pleasure. Thank you.